In this video, we'll show you how to make a photography website with WordPress for 2018 and 2019. Regardless of whether you want to create a client photography website, a photography portfolio website, a website where you can sell your photography or art online, or any other type of photography website for that matter, we'll show you how to do it. For this WordPress photography website tutorial, we'll show you how to create this photography website step by step, with access to a number of galleries to choose from, various homepage options, client login, client proofing area, and a number of other pre-designed page layouts that can easily be updated using the built-in theme options and page builder. Creating the exact website you want is really achievable. The website we'll build features a number of professionally designed layout options, is SEO friendly, and 100% mobile responsive, to ensure your photography website looks great on all devices. So, if that sounds good, then let's get to it. On the OHKLYN blog, we've created a step-by-step guide that you can follow along with for free. The link will be in the description below and in the info card for this video. Here, you'll find the written instructions as well as any links mentioned in this video. We would recommend opening the post in a new tab so you can follow along. For this tutorial, we will use the Photography WordPress theme by ThemeGoods. Via the description below, and on the OHKLYN post here, you will be able to access the theme as well as view the live demo. Similarly, to show you how to start your photography website with WordPress, we suggest using Bluehost as your hosting provider. With the link in the description below, and on the OHKLYN post here, you'll be able to access discount hosting and a free domain name if you haven't purchased one already. We'll cover the steps on how to do this later on. If you've got your domain and hosting set up already, that's fine, you'll still be able to follow along. We recommend Bluehost as they provide great quality hosting at an affordable price. They have an intuitive user dashboard. They will also automatically install WordPress for you and provide 24/7 support, making it the ideal option for beginners. As an affiliate partner, they'll also set aside a few dollars to help fund future free tutorials like this one. So thanks for using the links provided. Firstly, let's take a look at web design. In this section, we'll provide a brief introduction to user experience or UX design. For this, take out a sheet of paper or open your favorite drawing tool and sketch out the pages you want to include on your website. The most common include a home page, about page, contact page, portfolio page, services page, and or client proofing area, if it's a photography business website, and blog page, including the individual post pages and blog archive pages or category pages. You might have more or less, depending on exactly what type of photography site you have, but make sure you draw it out. Next, for each page, create a rough guide for what will be on the page in terms of text, images, videos, and other elements, such as counters, bars, testimonial sliders, etc. Will there be a sidebar? If so, on what side? And what will be included within the sidebar? From a user experience perspective, you should think about the most important action that you want the user to take on that page, and make sure it's both above the fold, meaning it's visible when the page first loads, and it's obvious and or repeated in a way that makes it easy for the user to engage. For example, for a photography website, you would probably want to showcase some of your stunning work front and center. That means a homepage with a big full-screen image or image slideshow. Similarly, use buttons and your brand colors to draw the user's attention to important pieces of content. If your goal is to sell images, you could have a call to action or CTA button that says something like, Buy Now. Or if it's meant to be a portfolio of your work, it could be a button that says View More. You will also need to consider how users will consume your content. Typically, content will be consumed from top to bottom and from left to right. If your target market consumes content differently, make sure you've considered this. Does the flow of information you're presenting make sense? Does it logically take them through a process or tell a story? Because it should. For your homepage specifically, view the live demos for the premium WordPress theme we'll use in this tutorial by following this button here on the OHKLYN post. Then go through the layouts and see if there's a certain layout that resonates with you. As you can see, almost all demos make use of a beautiful header image to really draw visitors in, as they should. We'll use the photography with top bar layout here. However, you'll be able to use any layout you want. If you haven't already, the first step is to register your domain, set up your website hosting account, and install WordPress for your website. Before we go ahead, let's go over some important concepts. Your domain, or URL, is the web address for your website, and is what users will type into their browsers to access your site. For OHKLYN, it's OHKLYN.com. Pick something that works for you. Hosting is what allows your website to be accessible to users 24/7. It's the process of storing the content and data for your website on a web server and serving it to users. For this tutorial, we'll walk you through getting started with Bluehost, as we believe it's the best option for beginners. So, let's go through the steps for setting up hosting for your blog and registering your free domain with Bluehost. Here is a list of the types of domains that are included for free, the most common being a .com or .co. If you've already purchased your domain, or if you want to purchase an alternative top-level domain, such as something relevant to your niche, or a country-specific domain like .co.uk or .com.au, you can purchase that domain through a registrar like GoDaddy, Crazy Domains, or any other domain registrar. We'll add some links below. If you go with that option, or if you've already secured your domain name, all you need to do is then change what is called the domain name service to point at Bluehost, which will be your new hosting provider. Fortunately, we've written an article and a step-by-step guide on how to do this, which you can access here. To get started, follow the Bluehost link in the description below, or if you're on the OHKLYN website, follow this button here. We'll then click on Get Started Now. You'll then select the plan that's right for you. If you intend to have just the one domain, then the first option will be fine. Alternatively, if you want to have multiple domains on the one hosting account like we do, then you'll need to select one of the other plans. You can always amend this down the track. The great thing about Bluehost is that you get a 30-day money-back guarantee on any plan, so you can get started risk-free. For this example, we'll select the first option. To get your free domain name, you'll enter the desired domain name for your website into the new domain field and select the domain extension you want, for example, .com, and hit Next. If the domain name isn't available, you'll get an error message and will need to either select an alternate domain name or try to contact the owner of the domain to purchase it from them, or select another top-level domain extension. If you've already purchased your domain name, enter your domain name in the Transfer Domain field and select Next. Remember to review the article on how to change the DNS records to point at Bluehost. To set up your hosting account, enter in the required account information. In the Package Information section, choose your desired hosting term and domain add-on preferences. We recommend selecting Domain Privacy Protection so that the personal information that's associated to your domain isn't publicly available. This is optional, of course. Once you've entered in the required information, add your payment details, review the terms, and select Submit. Once you've done that, you'll be taken to this page here. You would have been sent a confirmation email to the designated email address on the account, as well as a Whois verification email. Follow the link in that email to verify the email associated to your new domain. You will need to create a password for your hosting account. To do that, click on Create your password. Make sure to pick a secure password. You could use the Suggest Password tool to help you with this. Once you've entered in your password, review the terms of use and select Next. You will then be able to log into your Bluehost dashboard. As part of the new Bluehost offering, WordPress will automatically be installed on your new domain. If you've registered your domain elsewhere, you'll need to amend the DNS records to point at Bluehost and install WordPress using the Bluehost one-click WordPress install. For the steps on how to do this, review our article on the OHKLYN blog. You can follow this link on the tutorial post here. You can choose to install one of the free pre-selected WordPress themes on your domain. However, with WordPress themes, you typically get what you pay for. As premium themes are regularly updated when WordPress changes, they're often more secure. They provide you with access to support, as well as a greater range of design and customization options. So for this tutorial, we'll use a premium WordPress theme and select Skip this step. WordPress will now be installed on your domain. To access the backend of your WordPress website, click Start Building. This will prompt a guided tour, which you can choose to run through or not. We'll go through this in our tutorial, so we'll click on I don't need help. This will take you to the Bluehost tab within the backend of your WordPress website. To access your WordPress dashboard, click on Dashboard in the menu on the left. There will be a number of notifications that you can action or dismiss by clicking on the X in the top right corner. You can amend what's visible on your dashboard by clicking on the Screen Options drop-down in the top right corner and checking or unchecking the boxes. A number of additional plugins will be installed. You can view these by hovering over plugins in the admin menu on the left and selecting Installed Plugins. In addition to the standard WordPress plugins, Bluehost will install a few other plugins like Jetpack, Mojo Marketplace, etc. You can leave these active or choose to deactivate and delete these plugins. We'll leave this up to you. We'll delete ours, as we like to use as few plugins as possible. This can be done in bulk, by selecting the checkbox next to the plugin, choosing Deactivate from the Bulk Actions drop-down, and then clicking Apply. We'll then delete all of the selected plugins by selecting them and hitting Delete. Then return back to the WordPress dashboard. If we enter our domain name into a browser, we'll see that WordPress is now installed. Congratulations! You officially have a new WordPress website. It's not much at the moment, but you're a lot closer than you realize. As part of this process, we'll provide a link to our video on how to set up your free SSL certificate, which will encrypt the data on your site. This is best practice as it improves the security on your site, allows you to take payments on your site, and will improve your Google rankings. Okay, we've covered preparation as well as registering your domain, setting up hosting, and installing WordPress. We can now move on to step number 3, which is the fundamentals of WordPress. Whenever you want to log into your WordPress website, enter your domain and add /wp-admin to the end, such as example.com/wp-admin. Then enter your username and password set up in the prior step. You'll then be taken to your WordPress dashboard. We've installed WordPress in a development environment. It's a clean WordPress install, so it should look the same. However, if it's slightly different, don't worry, the fundamentals will all be the same. We would, however, recommend installing a Coming Soon plugin so you can launch your site properly once you're ready for the world to see it. We'll add a link to a video on how to do this in the description below. For similar videos and tips as you build out your website, subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the videos section. The WordPress dashboard or admin panel is broken down into 3 main sections. At the top, we have the WordPress toolbar. The menu or admin menu is located on the left-hand side, and the main admin area is in the middle, where we will do most of our work. We'll give you a brief overview of each section now. However, for a more detailed overview, watch our free How to Use a WordPress tutorial, which is an introduction to WordPress for beginners. This is intended to get you up to speed on the fundamentals of how WordPress works in about an hour. Alright, so the WordPress toolbar at the top is dynamic and adjusts the available options depending on which page you're on, and if you're viewing the page from the front or the back end. The admin menu located to the left of your dashboard is separated into three main sections. These are the dashboard section, the content management section, and the site administration section. The dashboard section provides easy access to the dashboard, updates, and additional plugin features. The content management section is where you create and manage posts, pages, media items, comments, and additional plugin features. The site administration section is where you configure the design and appearance settings for your website, including selecting the active theme for your website, creating and managing menus, widgets, and customizing your website's theme. It's also where we manage plugins, users, control global WordPress settings, and activated theme and plugin extensions like SEO, social sharing, theme-specific settings, and security. We'll go through some practical examples for each of these in the coming sections once we upload our theme and start working with content. However, one thing we recommend doing before we move on is updating the permalink structure of your website. This will impact how your URL strings will be created for pages, posts, etc. To do this, hover over Settings in the admin menu. This is where you'll manage your global WordPress settings. We covered these in detail in our How to Use a WordPress tutorial. Then select Permalinks. The default option leverages a more general approach, featuring the date in the permalink. However, the more common option and what we'd recommend from an SEO and UX perspective is post name. So we'll select that option and save our changes. You can learn more about each option under the Help tab and choose the best option for you. We recommend doing this before you start creating content so that your URLs are created the way you want. Also, if you want to update your user profile or add users to your website, you can do this by hovering over users in the admin menu on the left and selecting from the options here. Alright, moving on. The menu is fully responsive, meaning that as the screen size gets smaller, the menu adjusts to remain accessible on all types of devices. Lastly, the main admin area serves as our primary workspace and adjusts depending on what's selected from the admin menu. We'll draw your attention to the Screen Options tab in the top right corner. When you open this tab, you'll see a list of options and features that are available for display depending on which page you're on. Similarly, the Help tab to the right shows you helpful hints for the page that you're on, as well as links to relevant documentation. Once again, for a detailed walkthrough of WordPress, we recommend watching our How to Use WordPress tutorial. Okay, now that we've touched on the fundamentals of WordPress, let's move on to choosing and uploading your WordPress theme. A WordPress theme is a group of files that work with the underlying WordPress software to enhance the design and functionality of your WordPress website. For a more detailed overview, check out our What is a WordPress Theme article on the OHKLYN blog. There are both free and premium themes that you can use for your website. The main benefits of using a premium theme is enhanced security, access to support, the inclusion of more extensive theme documentation or instructions, extended functionality, and access to demo content and pre-built layouts, which for around $50 to $100 is good value. Premium support packages can cost $50 a month, so the fact that this is included in your premium theme makes it a smart investment. On the OHKLYN blog, we've analyzed hundreds, if not thousands, of WordPress themes based on speed, design, ease of use, mobile responsiveness, and functionality, which you can access via the WordPress theme reviews category of the OHKLYN blog. For this tutorial, we'll use one of the top-rated WordPress photography themes, Photography by ThemeGoods. To access the theme and any discounts when they're available, from the OHKLYN post, click on this button here. This will take you through to Theme Forest, which is one of the largest premium WordPress theme marketplaces. From here, click on Buy Theme to purchase a copy of the photography WordPress theme for a once-off fee. Then, go to Checkout to finalize your purchase. If you haven't got a Theme Forest account, you will need to create one. Add your billing information, then select your payment method. Once you've done that, you will then be able to download the theme files. From within your profile, head to Downloads. Next to the photography theme, click on Download and select All Files and Documentation. At the bottom of the drop-down, there will also be options to download the license certificate and purchase code in either PDF or text format. You may need this later on to activate and license your copy of the photography theme. If we unzip the theme forest file we downloaded, within the photography folder, you'll see photography.zip, which is the WordPress theme file. Leave this unzipped as we'll upload this to WordPress directly. It's best practice, but not essential, to use a child theme when building your site. You can download the photography child theme from the online documentation. If you want to install a child theme, you can either use our free child theme generator that you can find on the OHKLYN website under Resources. Alternatively, you could also use a plugin called Child Theme Configurator to help set this up. This is best practice, but not essential. For more information on what a child theme is and whether you should use one, check out our article on the OHKLYN blog. The last thing we'll draw your attention to is the documentation.html file, which is in the manual offline folder. If you open this file, it will take you through to the offline theme documentation for photography. You can follow the link near the top of the page to the online documentation that's more complete and will be updated whenever something changes. If you decide to go with a different premium theme, they'll most likely have something similar. To upload and install your WordPress theme, from your WordPress dashboard, hover over Appearance in the admin menu on the left and select Themes. From here, select Add New. Then click Upload Theme. Select Choose File. Navigate to the .zip file you downloaded earlier. You'll need to extract it first. Go into the photography-version number folder. This last bit may vary depending on which version you downloaded. Select this photography installable.zip file, then click Open. Click Install Now. This will start the process to upload and install the photography WordPress theme. Just give it a moment to finish. Once the theme is successfully installed, click Activate, and your new theme will now be live on your website. Once it's done, you will see this box pop up showing that there are required and recommended plugins needed to use this theme and unlock its full potential. To install these plugins, click on the Begin Installing Plugins link. Here, it has pre-populated this list with all the relevant plugins. We will click this checkbox here to select all of them. Then, from the Bulk Actions drop-down, select Install and click Apply. This will now install and activate all the plugins. Again, give it a moment to finish. There you go. We have now successfully uploaded the photography WordPress theme and installed all the necessary plugins. We will use some of these plugins as we create and customize our site later on. You will see some of the plugins prompt you to set them up. You can just ignore this for now as we'll go through the necessary ones later. If we head back to the dashboard, we can now take a look at what our site looks like by clicking on the site name in the toolbar. As you can see, it doesn't look like much yet, but this will change as soon as we start importing our demo content and customizing our site. To use all the features of the photography theme, you will need to license your copy of the theme. From your WordPress dashboard, hover over Appearance in the admin menu on the left and select Theme Setting. From the menu on the left within the theme settings, select Registration. Click on the Generate a Personal Token link under How to get your Invato token. if you're logged into your Envato account, you'll be taken straight to the Create a Token page. Otherwise, you'll need to log in first. Enter in a name for your token. It can be anything you choose. Then, accept the terms at the bottom of the page and click Create Token. Copy the key that you will be presented with. Tick the box that confirms you have copied it and click Woohoo, got it. Go back to your photography theme settings. Paste the token you have just copied into the Your Envato token field. Save your changes at the top of the page. The page should refresh with a green tick next to the field. Your copy of the photography theme is now licensed. By now your WordPress photography website will be set up correctly with your WordPress theme installed along with any required plugins. We can now start customizing your photography site to suit your style and goals. This will include doing the following: import the demo content, upload your logo, favicon, and style your theme using the customizer, update the theme settings, create pages, posts, and categories, use the content builder, create a gallery, create a client proofing area, create a portfolio page, update the menu and navigation, and lastly, how to delete the demo content you don't want to use. Let's start by importing the demo content. To import the demo content from your WordPress dashboard, hover over Appearance and select Theme Setting. This is your photography theme settings dashboard, where you can navigate to all the most important aspects of the theme. We will go through most of these settings throughout the course of this tutorial. Down in the right hand corner, there should be an Import Demo option. Click on this. You will be presented with 3 options. You can preview the full demo sites from here as well. Go to the first option, Demo 1, and select Import. This will start the process. Give it a minute or 2 to complete. Once you see the All Done message in the menu on the left, select Styling. The photography theme has different styles for each set of demo content that you can see here. For this tutorial, we'll import the white demo with top bar demo by clicking on Activate. However, you can choose whichever layout best aligns with the photography site you want to create. Once it's done, view your site by hovering over your site name in the toolbar at the top left and select Visit Site. As you can see, our demo content is now imported. However, a few crucial things like the menu, hero text, and revolution slider is still missing. This is what we'll set out to create as part of customizing your photography website in the coming sections. The first thing you would want to do in customizing your WordPress website is to set your logo, favicon, and brand color palette. These are your 3 most important branding elements and will play the biggest role in uniquely identifying your site to visitors. One of the things we like about this theme is that the customization options are built into the native WordPress theme customizer. While we're not going to go through every theme setting, we'll cover the ones that will be important to most people, and for everything else, there's the theme documentation and videos. To access the customization setting from your WordPress dashboard, hover over Appearance and select Customize. From here, you're able to customize almost every inch of your photography website. On the left-hand side are your theme customization options, and on the right is the live preview panel, which features your home page. As you make changes on the left, you will be able to preview these in real time via the panel on the right. We'll go through a number of the customization options together. However, we encourage you to go through all the options and play around with the various settings. Whenever you feel like you need more information on a particular aspect of the customizer, review the appropriate section in the theme documentation. To set your logo and favicon, click on the Logo and Favicon tab. First of all, we will upload the favicon. Click Select File under the favicon section. This page will open up where you can either select an existing image from your media library or upload a new image. We will upload this image here. It's good practice to provide an alt text for your image, which you can do right here. An interesting aspect of the photography theme is that you can add a link to where users can buy any image used on your site here. Since you probably won't be selling your favicon, you can skip this. Then, click on Select to upload the image. Next, we can upload our logo. As you can see, there are two logo options. The photography theme will use the dark logo where you require a dark logo on a light background, and a lighter logo for use on darker backgrounds, like images. So, we will click on Select File, upload our dark image here, add an alt text, and click Select. We will repeat the process to upload our white logo. From the main customizer tabs, go into Menus. These are all the preset and custom menus for your site. We will create our own custom menu later on, which will also show up on this list. For now, go into Main Menu and scroll down to here. Check the primary menu option under Menu Locations. You'll now see it used as our primary navigation menu here. Next, go back to the main customizer settings. Then, go into Homepage Settings. From the Homepage dropdown, you can select any of the pre-designed homepage layouts and switch between them at the click of a button. For our tutorial, we'll select the Home - Revolution slider option. You will see the page update with all the demo content for the demo site. You'll also see this beautiful slider made with the Slider Revolution plugin, and that the top navigation menu color changed to white. The theme also automatically switched to our dark logo. Okay, now that we have our logo, favicon, and demo content in place, let's look at the other customizer styling options. To save our progress so far, click on the gear icon at the top, select Save Draft, and click the blue Save Draft button. The first tab of interest is the General tab. Let's go into it and then into the Image tab. The first option is to enable right-click protection. This will stop anyone from being able to right-click and download images off of your site. This is great for protecting your work. The same goes for the Enable Image Dragging protection. If we go back, the next tab is the Typography tab. Here, you set a number of font styling options throughout your site, like choosing your main font family or font size, setting the font family, font size, and font weight used by your headings, and at the bottom, you can set the font size for each individual heading size. In the Background and Colors tab, you can set the background colors and font colors. We'll set the page content hover link color to our brand color of #0DDADD. The next tab is the Mobile tab. This is where you enable mobile responsiveness for your site so that it displays great on all devices. If we go back to the main customizer settings, the next important tab is the Navigation tab. These settings have to do with the styling the top navigation bar here. In the General tab, you can change the menu layout. For example, center a line logo with the menu below, a vertical menu on the left, or a full screen menu. You can also enable or disable the sticky menu, which stays at the top of the bar as you scroll down, and change its color scheme. We'll keep these as is. In the Typography tab, you can change the font styling. For example, we can change the menu fonts to Railway. We'll change them back. Change the font size, padding, weight, etc. Throughout the customizer, you can return settings to their default by clicking this reset icon next to it. Next up is the colors. Here you can set the menu background color, font color, etc. We will change the menu font hover state color to our brand color of #0DDADD. Both the sub-menu and mega menu tabs apply to the drop-down menu for your main navigation menu. You can change the styling of the fonts as well as the background and border colors. We'll go into the mega menu tab and change the menu border color to our brand color. The next tab is the top bar tab. Here you can hide or show the top bar as well as change the color. We'll change the color to our brand color. The contact info tab's information is automatically added to the top bar. If you have social media links in the top bar, you can also choose whether they should open in a new tab or not. The side menu tab controls the look and feel of the side menu, or mobile menu here. If you want to populate this menu with options, you can assign one of the preset menus to it in the main menus tab. The other important tabs that you will most likely want to use at some point is the header, sidebar, and footer tab. In our case, the header section is controlled by our revolution slider. We will look at updating the sidebar and footer tab later on. We recommend that you refer to the specific sections of the documentation for more information on these settings. From the customizer, you can also change the styling options for your galleries, blog posts, pages, portfolios, shop pages, etc. These are very similar to those we just covered. We urge you to play around with all these settings and get comfortable using them. Remember to publish your changes at the top once you're happy with them. Next, we'll quickly run through the photography theme settings. The photography theme settings aren't extensive. However, there are a few important things you should know about. To access the theme settings, from your WordPress dashboard, hover over Appearance and select Theme Setting, or click on Theme Setting in the top toolbar. From the landing page, you can install plugins required by the theme, create a page, gallery or portfolio, open the customizer we just went through, or import demo content. At the bottom, there is a support section. By clicking the Submit a Ticket button, you can submit a ticket via the Tixi system used by ThemeGoods. Or you can access the theme documentation with this button here. Next, let's look at the General tab. Here, you can enter the email address used for communication via the contact forms on your site. Below that, you can manage your contact forms. From the drop-down, you can choose extra fields that you want users to fill in to add to the forms or delete some of the existing fields. You can also enter your Google API key, which will enable your Google Maps. You can follow the link here to see how this works. We have our key already, so we'll just paste it in. You can enable CAPTCHA to protect you from spam attacks on your contact forms here. In the Images tab, you can change the dimensions for your images on the gallery and blog pages. Next up is the Social Profiles tab. Here, you can link your social media accounts by copying either the username or link, including the HTTP or HTTPS part of the URL, for your social media account. These links will be used whenever social media icons are displayed on your site. We'll add our Facebook profile by typing in the URL to the OHKLYN Facebook page, and our Instagram profile by typing OHKLYN into the Instagram field. The Facebook and Instagram icons will now be displayed wherever social media icons are enabled on your site. For example, if we save our changes and view our site from the front end, and scroll down to the footer section, we'll see the Facebook and Instagram icons here. And if we click on one of them, we'll be taken to the OHKLYN Facebook or Instagram page. If you have a photo stream on one of your pages, you can also go through the process of adding your Flickr or Instagram ID or token here to show your own photos from these accounts on your site. The photo stream will be displayed on pages with it activated, like this. The last tab we'll look at is the Script tab, where you can add custom CSS. To learn how to do this, sign up for one of our CSS courses on the OHKLYN site at courses.ohlyn.com. Remember to save any changes you make. Remember that you can always refer to the theme documentation for more information on any of these settings. In the next few sections, we'll go through how to add content to your site in terms of posts, pages, galleries, portfolios, and categories, as well as show you how to update the sidebar, footer, and navigational elements of your site. We'll start by creating the pages we need for our site. We want our photography site to have a home page, about page, contact page, portfolio page, gallery archive page, services page, client proofing area if it's a photography business website, and a blog page, including the individual post pages and blog archive pages or category pages. In WordPress, the pages for your blog will be managed under Pages in the admin menu. By hovering over Pages, you can either view all pages or add a new page. Let's click on All Pages for now. If you've imported the demo content, you'll notice that there's a number of pages that have been created already. Towards the end of this tutorial, we'll go through and show you how to delete all the content you don't want. For now, we'll take advantage of some of the pre-designed layouts. In the search bar, type in Contact and select Search. We want to use the Contact Us One page for our contact page. Edit the page by clicking on the name or the edit link. Start by deleting the Us One from the title and edit the permalink to just be Contact. Then, scroll down and on the right in the Page Attributes panel, select No Parent from the drop-down. In the Publish options, select Update. Remember, if you change a permalink or URL after you've published the post once your blog is live, you'll need to add what's called a 301 redirect from the old URL to the new URL. This is to avoid Google having crawl errors or 404 page not found errors. The best way to do this is with a plugin like Simple 301 Redirects or something similar. To add the About page, let's go back to All Pages. Then search for About. We want to use the About Me One page. So we'll edit it, remove the Me One from the title, change the permalink, remove the parent page, and update the page. The services and blog pages are already just as we want them, so we can skip ahead. We'll create a simple disclosure page for our site. To do this, hover over Pages in the admin menu and click Add New. The first thing we'll do is give our page a title, in this case, Disclosure. When you click out of the title field, you'll notice that the permalink is automatically created for you. If you selected Post Name as your permalink structure earlier, then the page title will be used to create a URL for this page. If you want to edit the permalink, click on Edit and update the permalink for your URL for this page. The photography theme adds these page options to the WordPress page editor that you can use to customize pages by making the menu transparent, hiding the default page header, etc. You then have the standard WordPress publishing options. Below that is the Page Attributes tab, where you can assign a parent page and access the default page templates for this theme. If you want to create a page with a sidebar, like those in the demo, you'll select the Page Right Sidebar Template option, which is what we'll use for this page. Below that, you can add a feature image to the page by clicking Set Featured Image, and by either choosing an image from the media library or uploading a new one. In the center of the page is a classic content editor, which has a visual editor that provides a live preview and the text editor which allows you to add HTML directly. Below that is the shortcode section, where you can generate shortcodes for elements to copy and paste in the content editor. Shortcodes are small pieces of code used to represent an entire element, like a quote text, etc. Placing the code in our content will generate the element on the page. For example, we'll select quote text, add the content for our code here and click Generate Shortcode. Copy the code in this pane and paste it below our content in the editor. If we preview the page, you'll see our featured image, content, quote, and sidebar here. We are happy, so we'll publish this page. The last page we will create is our home page. We will create this home page design here, using the content builder so that you can get a feel for it. Then, we'll show you how to set the page as your default home page that visitors see when they navigate to your site. To do this, let's first delete this home page here. Then, click Add New. Call the page Home. Click the Edit in Content Builder button. This will open the backend Content Builder. We will mainly use the front-end builder as the two are almost identical in how they function. The biggest difference is that you are able to see your changes live in real time using the front-end builder. To activate the front-end builder, click the Live View icon here. Welcome to the front-end content builder. Just like the customizer, your settings will be here on the left and you will have a live preview on the right. Let's go over the toolbar options first. Starting from the left, the developer view allows you to toggle the bar on the left. The templates icon lets you choose either custom created templates or preloaded templates to apply to your page. Next are these three icons. These allow you to switch between the desktop, tablet, and mobile views to make sure your page looks great on all devices. On the right, the classic view button will take you back to the backend builder. Then, we have a refresh icon that will refresh the page. The last option is Add Content. If you click this, a dialog will open up allowing you to add content like images, galleries, or portfolios to the page. You then have the Save Changes button and a link to the documentation section detailing how to use the content builder. If you hover over the top part of the left-hand section, you'll have the quick options to make the menu transparent or hide the default page header if there is one. We will start off by using one of the pre-designed home page templates. To import the template, click on Import Templates here. Switch over to the Predefined Templates tab. You can preview a template by hovering over the name and clicking this icon. We will select the classic Home Revolution slider layout. Confirm that you want to import this layout. You will see the left-hand overview pane now populated with boxes. These boxes correspond to the elements or modules in your preview pane. For example, the slider box here is a revolution slider on our page preview. If you scroll down, you will see the same text module in the overview panel and on the page preview. We have this unwanted page title here. To remove it, hover over the top of the overview panel and check the Hide Default Page Header option. As you can see, if you hover over an area on the preview, a few settings will pop up. You can click this button to add something directly underneath the current section. This is the Edit button that will open up the settings. The Duplicate button will duplicate the section, and the Delete button will remove it. In the Overview pane, you can also swap the order of sections by simply dragging them like this. To edit the slider, we'll double-click it in the Overview panel or click the Edit icon on the preview. As you can see, this is a slider created by the Slider Revolution plugin. As such, to edit the actual contents of the slider, we'll need to edit the slider in the Slider Revolution plugin, or create a new one. We won't cover that in this tutorial. However, look out for future tutorials where we show you how to use the Slider Revolution plugin on the OHKLYN blog. What we can do is choose from the pre-created sliders here in the Select Slider to Display icon. We'll stick with the same slider. To exit the edit dialog without saving your changes, either click the red cancel button here or the X at the top. To close and save your changes, click the update button. Next, we'll edit the header module under the slider. Let's update the title to something more appropriate. The content width determines how much of the width the text will take up. We will set this to about 70. We'll keep the text center aligned. You can also change your background or font color. We'll keep these as is. In the content section, there will be some placeholder text for you. You can replace this with whatever you like. Then we have the counters section. This section actually consists of a text module. However, in the content section here, 3 counter shortcodes have been added. Luckily, it's easy to change the values of these counters. As you can see, the subject of the first counter is themes. Let's change this to photos. We'll leave the start value at 0 and make the end value 175. We will update the next ones in a similar way. For example, we'll change this other counter to photo shoots and then adjust the end value to 25. Then we'll change the last one to, instead of followers, be galleries and change the end value to 50. We'll change the border color to our brand color of hashtag 0DDADD in this solid field here. Then copy the value and paste it into the other solid field so that they match. Then update the element. As you can see, the value of the counters has now changed. Next, we have this divider line which we'll leave as is. There is then another text module. We can edit this and change the title to whatever you'd like. In the content section, there is some placeholder text. Below that, there is a code to embed an image. You can put one of your own images here by pasting in the URL to the image. From your WordPress dashboard, click on Media in the admin menu to open up your media library. If you click on an image, you can find its URL here. Copy it, then paste it in here. There is then a portfolio grid. This grid loads its contents from the portfolios on your website. It uses the featured image of the portfolio as well as the title to display. It also automatically adds your portfolio categories above. If we edit it, the filterable portfolio categories drop-down lets us either display or hide the category links at the top, like this. The filter by portfolio categories filters the results so that only portfolios also in a certain category show under each link. Below, you can set it to wide or contain. Contain adds some spaces at the sides, while wide covers the entire width of the page. You can also change the number of columns, for example, to 3. Then you can choose to order them based on which is newest, by title, or by random selection. We'll arrange by newest. Items limit the number of portfolios displayed. We'll set this to 9 so we have 3 columns by 3 rows. We don't want infinite scrolling, so we'll leave that as is. And that's how our updated portfolio grid looks. We have another text element with an introduction to our team members. You can update this, but we'll leave it for now. Then we have a team grid. This grid works exactly the same way as the portfolio grid, except that it imports entries from your team members. The same goes for the latest news text element and the blog grid at the bottom. Open up the blog grid settings and scroll down to the button URL. We'll change this URL to point to our own blog instead of the photography theme demo website by typing in /blog. This is what's called a relative path URL. Because our blog page is on the same site, We don't need the entire URL with the HTTP or HTTPS part. To add new content, just click the Add Content link here. We'll add this full width area with a button. We will make this a call to action area at the end of our page. So, in the title, we'll add, "Want to get in touch regarding my services." Set the background color to black and the font color to white. Set the button text to View Services and the URL to /services. Set the background button color to our brand color of #0DDADD. Update the button. You can now see our call to action area inserted here. For the last part, we'll save our changes and switch to the backend builder using the classic View button. As you can see, the exact same content boxes are present here as the frontend builder. If you edit them, the settings are also identical. You can drag boxes around to reorder them, duplicate them, or remove them, just like in the frontend builder. A handy feature is that you can resize these sections to form columns. For example, we can click the minus icon on both these until they fit in the same row. However, use this with caution as it can be tricky to get right. If you want, you can export this template for later use. Just always remember to update or publish changes before exporting a page. Click on the Export button here. It will download a JSON file with the page template. To import the template, click on the Import button. Then select Choose File. Navigate to the JSON file template, open it, and click Import. Okay, so we're happy with our home page and can publish it. Once you've created the page you want to use as your home page, you'll need to set it as your home page by hovering over Settings in the admin menu and selecting Reading. From there, under the Your Homepage Displays option, you'll select a static page, and then select the page you want to use as your home page from the Homepage dropdown. In our case, Home. Then, save your changes. If we visit our site now, you'll see that the home page we just created is now the default home page. And that all our content is here. Now, let's take a quick look at how to create blog posts and categories in WordPress. For the most part, you'll create blog posts the same way as you created pages by hovering over posts and selecting Add New. The only difference being that you'll need to set up categories first by hovering over posts and selecting Categories. Here is where you'll add the blog categories that you'll assign your blog posts to, by entering the category name and selecting Add New Category. We'll set up the parent category News. You can create a custom slug, which is just a URL-friendly version of the category without capital letters or spaces. If you leave this blank, one will be created for you. As this is a parent category, we'll leave the parent category option set to none. You can add an optional description which may be visible on the front end of your blog, depending on your theme. We'll leave this blank and select Add New Category. You'll see this creates a new category in our category list on the right. To add a subcategory of industry news, we'll add this to our name field. Leave the slug blank but select News as the parent category. Then select Add New Category. You'll see that our new category has been added as a subcategory of News. Repeat this process for all the categories you want to include on your blog. Remember, a blog post can be assigned to multiple categories. If you want, you can delete the categories that have been imported in the demo content. We'll keep ours for now. The posts assigned to these categories won't be deleted, but rather they'll be assigned to uncategorized. In the next section, we'll show you how to create and assign blog posts to categories. Once you've created your categories, we now need to create a new blog post. To do this, hover over Posts in the admin menu and select Add New. Add your blog post title. Then, add in some content. Select the category or categories for the post on the right-hand side. Assign a feature image by clicking on the Set Featured Image option. You can either upload an image or select one from the media library. If required, review the post options at the top. You can change the layout here or change the featured content type that will display at the top of the post. If you select something different from an image, like a gallery, you choose one of your galleries here instead of in the Set Featured Image box. Then, preview the post. When you're happy, publish it. If you want to include tags as a way of grouping content on your blog, you can manage these in a similar way to categories by hovering over Posts in the admin menu and selecting tags. One of the must-have features of any photography site is a beautiful and functional gallery to show off your art. We'll now create a gallery that you can include anywhere on your site to do just that. We'll also show you how to password protect the gallery and assign it to a client or user. To do this, we'll use the built-in gallery creator of the photography theme. To access the photography galleries from your WordPress dashboard, select Galleries from the left-hand menu. As you can see, there are already a few pre-created galleries imported with the demo content. To give you an idea of what you can create, let's go to the animated gallery and preview it. As you can see, this is a simple, full-screen gallery that swaps images when you click or after a period of time. Let's head back to our Galleries page. Go to the Gallery Masonry 5 columns wide gallery and preview it. You will see that this gallery consists of a 5-column masonry collection of images. If we click on one, the image expands and we can navigate between images using these arrows or by choosing images from the conveyor belt at the bottom. Just like with blog posts, you can create gallery categories to organize your galleries. We will create a few of our own by hovering over Galleries in the admin menu and selecting Gallery Categories. Just like before, simply enter a name and an optional description. We will create one category called Nature, one called People, and another called Client Galleries. Feel free to create your own. Okay, so let's create our gallery. You can add a gallery by hovering over Galleries in the admin menu and selecting Add New Gallery, or by clicking this button here. There will be a number of hint boxes that you can dismiss for now. We want to create a gallery for a client called Amanda. Let's call it Amanda Graham Photoshoot. From the gallery options on the right, expand the gallery template dropdown and select Gallery 3 columns contained. You can select any option you'd like. You can set a password if you want to restrict access to the gallery in the password field, or leave it empty if you want anyone to be able to access it. If you want users to be able to download the images in the gallery, you can upload a zip file with all the images here. In the big text field here, you can add some text that will appear at the top of the page above the images. We've prepared some placeholder text that we'll copy in. We'll also center align it. Below that, in the discussion section, you can allow comments and trackbacks on your gallery. In the excerpt field below that, you can add a small piece of text that will appear right below the gallery title. Type in anything you want. We'll add the life and times of Amanda. On the right, in the publish box, we can save a draft of the page. Then, we'll preview what we have so far. As you can see, our title, excerpt, and text are all there. If we head back, we'll also add our gallery to the People Galleries category. In the Gallery Images section is where we add the photos we want. click on the Upload Images button. Our media library will already have a lot of images that were imported with the demo content. If you have your own images, you can upload them from the Upload tab. We will use some of the images with a woman in them. So select all the images you want to use. You can hold in Control to select multiple images. If you want to add alt text to your images, you will need to select them one at a time and add the alt text. Once you have selected all the images, click Select. You will now see the photos loaded into the Gallery Images section. The last thing we will do is choose a featured image for the gallery. To do this, in the Featured Image box, click Set Featured Image. Choose any image you like and set Featured Image. Save the gallery and preview it. As you can see, our gallery images are now here too. If you hover over one, it already has the zoom in effect. If we click on it, the image slideshow will open with all the controls preloaded. You can autoplay the slideshow, make it full screen, exit full screen, share it on social media, or close the slideshow. You can also navigate between images using the arrows here or the carousel at the bottom. To style the gallery further, you can use the Gallery tab within the Theme Customizer. If you're happy with your gallery, you can publish it from here. We'll convert it into a client-proofing gallery so that Amanda Graham can review the photos by herself. From the Gallery template dropdown, we'll select Gallery Photo Proofing to make it a photo-proofing gallery. In the password field, type any password. We'll just use 4321. Let's preview the gallery now. You'll see that the login page shows first as we enter the password for this gallery. The featured image is also displayed in the background. If we enter the password and click Authenticate, we'll be taken to the gallery. There will also be proofing options on the images to approve, reject, or download them. As you can see, you can also filter between reject, approved, and all images. If you're happy with your gallery, you can go back and publish it. Now, we need to create a client to whom we will assign this gallery. You can create a client and assign multiple galleries to them. It will then be up to you to distribute passwords to your clients. To add a client, hover over Client in the admin menu and select Add Client. We'll name our client Amanda Graham. On the right, you can add a password to access the client page. Anything you type in the content area here will be displayed on the client page. Just type anything you want. Below the password on the right, we can assign galleries to our client. We will check the gallery we just created. If you scroll down, we can set the featured image and a cover image. The feature image will show on the client profile picture. And the cover image will show on the background of the login page as well as a cover on the client profile. If we preview the client, you will need to log in with the password provided. On the client page, you'll see your cover image, the text we added, and the galleries assigned to this client. We can now go back and publish our client. Another regular fixture in a photography website is a portfolio page. This is especially useful if you want your site to act as some kind of online CV or as a showcase of your skills. A portfolio page usually consists of some photographs and a few pieces of informational text. The photography theme comes with a number of attractive and practical portfolio layouts. In this section, we'll show you how to create and edit a portfolio using the content builder that ships with the photography theme. To view your portfolios from the WordPress dashboard, hover Portfolios in the admin menu and select Portfolios. There will be a number of pre-designed portfolios created when we imported the demo content. Portfolios can be organized underneath categories, just like posts and galleries. You can manage portfolio categories by hovering over Portfolios in the admin menu and selecting Portfolio Categories. To give you an idea of how the portfolios are structured, Let's preview the first one. As you can see, this portfolio has a featured image, a piece of text split over 3 columns, a short library, another piece of text, then a block grid at the bottom. If we preview the next portfolio, you'll see it start off with this gallery carousel, which can expand images. Then you have a nice heading section with some text. Below that are a few full-width images and then a closing piece of text. As you can see, there is a wider variety of layouts to choose from. To create a new portfolio, either select Add New from the admin menu or from the top of the page. Call this portfolio anything you want. We will use Sunset Moments. Scrolling down, you will see similar options to the page, post, and gallery pages. We'll use the Content Builder to create this portfolio. To enable it, click the Edit in Content Builder button. This opens up the familiar backend builder. To add a portfolio template to the page, click on the Import Template option. A window will pop up with the layout templates within the photography theme. We like the first layout, so we'll choose the classic single Portfolio 1 option. As you can see, we are now presented with a similar structure of module boxes as you saw when we went through our home page. You can go through them and populate them with your own images and content. In keeping with the name of our portfolio, we'll edit the cover image and replace it with one that has a sunset. If we scroll down, we'll also set an appropriate featured image. This featured image will represent the portfolio on any archive pages. You can go through the rest of the portfolio and add in all your own content and images. You can add, remove, or reorder any of the modules as you wish. Remember to publish your changes when you're finished. This is what our portfolio page will look like if we preview it. Now that we have all our content in place on our photography site, we can move on to how to create your own navigational menus to make it easy to navigate to the most important parts of your website. To do this, hover over Appearance in the admin menu and select Menus. This is the Menus dashboard in WordPress. The menu you are working with is on the right, and the items that you can assign to the menu are on the left. To add more options, click on the Screen Options tab at the top and check the boxes next to the type of content you want to add to your menu. We'll enable our portfolios, galleries, as well as their categories and clients as we want to add these to our menu. Under Screen Options, you can also enable the ability to set the link target for a menu item, which means whether the link opens in a new tab or not, as well as assign CSS classes. We'll tick the CSS classes option as it will allow us to create a mega menu. If you don't know much about CSS, don't worry about this. However, if you're interested in learning some HTML and CSS fundamentals for WordPress, register for one of our courses at courses.ohlyn.com. Back to the menu options. On the right, you have your menu structure. And the menu settings at the bottom is where you'll manage the location where the specific menu will be displayed. Rather than edit an existing menu, let's go through the steps of how to create a new menu and assign it as your main menu. To create a new menu, click on Create a New Menu. Enter a name for the menu. This is for your reference. At the bottom of the page, select where you want this specific menu to be displayed. In our case, we'll select Primary Menu. To add menu items to your menu, select the elements from the left and click Add to Menu. From the Pages dropdown in the View All tab, we will select our Home, About, Contact, Blog, Portfolio, Gallery Archive, and Services pages by checking the box next to each and clicking on Add to Menu. We'll rename our Gallery Archive to just Gallery. We can amend the order by clicking on the menu item and dragging it into position. From the Categories dropdown, we'll go to the View All tab and select any 4 of our blog categories. To add them to the menu, select Add to Menu. You can add items as sub-items of a menu item by dragging them underneath it like this. We'll also add one or two of our gallery categories to the menu. Then add the gallery we created. You could do the same for the portfolios. To delete the menu item, you only need to expand it and click the red Remove link. We can then create a mega menu from our blog menu item by expanding it and typing mega menu col4 in the CSS classes box. This box only shows if you tick the CSS classes in the screen options. The col4 is telling you to create 4 columns in the mega menu. We'll then click Save Menu. To preview what this looks like, we'll navigate to the front end of our blog. When you hover over the gallery or portfolio, you will see the nested items underneath them in a normal drop-down menu. However, if you hover over the blog menu item, you will see the mega menu open up. If you click on one of the categories, you will be taken to that category archive page with all the categories underneath it. Here you can see the news category with the post we created and assigned to it with its gallery featured image. If you click on the Amanda Graham gallery in the menu drop-down, you will see take you to the login screen. Okay, let's head back to the menu section. Once again, pause the video and create the rest of your menu structure. You'll create other menus like your footer and sidebar menu the same way. When you're happy with your structure, you can then further customize the appearance of your menu via the theme customizer by hovering over appearance in the admin menu and selecting customize. Once you've got your primary navigation menu working the way you want it to, we can move on to updating the sidebar and footer for your website. The sidebar and footer in WordPress are referred to as widget-enabled areas and allow you to set a global sidebar or footer that appears on all pages, posts, or archive pages, where a sidebar is enabled. When we navigate to the blog page of our site, if we talk about the sidebar, we are referring to this fixed panel over here. And the footer is at the bottom of the page. Now, to control the content that's visible via the sidebar and footer, from a WordPress dashboard, hover over Appearance and select Widgets. On the left, you have all the available widgets, and on the right are the widget-enabled areas. With the photography theme, you can see that there are separate widget-enabled areas for different types of pages. However, all of them can be updated exactly the same way. We will use the blog sidebar widget-enabled area as a guide for this tutorial. After this section, you'll understand how widgets work and will be able to use various other widgets-enabled areas supported with this theme. If you imported the demo content, there will be a number of widgets added to the various sidebars and other widget areas. If we open the blog page for our site in a new tab, you'll see that on the right hand side, this is the sidebar widget area. And if we go back to the widget panel, you'll see that the widgets that have been added to the area align with what's displayed in our sidebar. To add a widget to the sidebar or any widget-enabled area, simply click on the widget on the left, select the widget-enabled area you want the widget to be on, and select Add Widget. Once the widget has been added, you can drag it into place. Click on the widget to amend its settings. Once you've updated the widget, hit Save. To delete the widget, click on the widget, then select Delete. If you now go back to our blog page, you'll see that this widget has been added to the sidebar. Let's move on to customizing the footer of your blog. Before you will be able to see the widgets added to your footer, you have to enable the footer area on your blog. To do this, navigate to the Customizer. Go into the Footer tab, then General. Select one of the column layouts for your footer. While we're here, we'll also go into the Copyright tab. You can amend the copyright text at the bottom of your footer here. Below that, you can also choose whether to display a footer menu or the social media icons. We'll stick with the social media icons. Back in the Footer tab, you can also go into the Colors tab to style the colors used in your footer. Remember to publish your changes. If you now navigate back to your widget dashboard, you can drag widgets into your footer area. We'll add one or two. Pick whichever ones you like. If you go to any page on our site, you'll see the footer area populated with the widgets we just added. And that's how you change the look of your sidebar and footer through the use of widgets. If you have followed along, you will have customized a significant portion of your content, including creating new pages, posts, categories, menus, updating the sidebar and footer, creating galleries and portfolios, etc. If you've done that, or once you've finished doing that, you'll then need to go through and delete any of the demo content that's still remaining. To delete posts or pages, from your WordPress dashboard, go to either the All Posts or All Pages tab. Hover over the page or post you want to delete, then select Trash. Or check the box to bulk select posts or pages. Then, under the Bulk Actions drop-down, select Move to Trash and click Apply. This will move the post or page to the Trash tab, but not permanently delete it. To permanently delete content, navigate to the Trash tab, then hover over the title and select Delete Permanently, or bulk select items once again. Go through and delete any of the posts and pages that you don't want to repurpose for your blog. Next is any categories or tags that have been created that you don't want to use. To do this, hover over Posts in the admin menu and select Categories. You can either hover over the category name and select Delete, or check the box to bulk select categories. Then, under the Bulk Actions drop-down, select Delete and click Apply. You can go through the exact same process to delete galleries and portfolios as well as their respective categories. Next, we'll delete any of the comments that were imported with the content. To do this, choose Comments from the admin menu. Then, select the comments you want to remove. Select Move to Trash. Once again, to permanently delete these tags, go to the Trash folder and permanently delete them there. You may also want to delete any images or media items you're not using from your media library, which you can navigate to by hovering over Media in the admin menu and selecting Library. Once you've got your photography website looking the way you want, and you're ready to launch your site, there's a few good practices that you should follow to ensure you get the best results. If you want your blog to be searchable via search engines like Google, then you'll need to index your blog. To learn how to do this, we've added a link to our video on the OHKLYN post here. In this video, we'll show you step by step how to add your blog to Google search. Similarly, if you want to monitor traffic and user behavior on your blog, then you will want to install Google Analytics. Yes, we've created a video on how to add Google Analytics to your blog as well. And that wraps up our How to Make a Photography Website tutorial using WordPress. If you liked this video, hit the like button and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos related to WordPress, digital marketing, and how to run a successful site. Your feedback is appreciated, so please leave a comment below and tell us what you liked or if there was anything you found difficult, so that we can put together additional videos to help support you as you build your site. To get access to exclusive discounts, free tutorials, and to stay in the loop on the latest updates, sign up to our newsletter at OHKLYN, OHKLYN.com. And until next time, happy building!